You're sitting in the dark there with a wicked smile on your face. Hey guys, I'm gonna go. This is our podcast. Everybody, do your blood sacrifice.
Yeah, today we're talking about the cult that we're starting.
Yeah.
Called the Auditory Hallucination cult. No, it's the cult I talked about the other day that we're starting. It's they called the what was it called? The Order of the Unpinned Frag Grenade, right?
Oh yeah.
The Order of the Unpinned
Unpinned
Frag
Frag
Grenade.
They just run around
Where
DayZ and
we run around DayZ up to people that are geared, like, hey man, and just unpin a frag grenade and stand next to them.
Yep.
And it can just explode.
They'll never know either. They'll be like, "What is that in your hand?" And then it'll be too late.
I realized too. You know, the server wiped when after we logged off.
Oh well.
I forgot about that.
It was inevitable.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well. Welcome. I don't even know what episode this is because I haven't edited the other one.
I don't remember. Like
But it's fine.
Episode 86,000.
I hope not.
Nope.
86,000. The amount of listeners we have, we should probably in like construction or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
No. I'm looking
I
at
think
the
it's like
thing.
episode
I'm looking
9
at
or
the
10,
thing,
right?
and it looks like the last one we have is 7.
Okay, so this is
Okay,
probably
so you have,
9.
like, you have one or it's 9 then. So you have 1 or 2 unreleased.
One? I can't remember.
One? What's the last one that you edited?
Uh.
Did we release the pyramids?
Yeah, I think so. Right?
Okay, then I think we have one between this and the pyramids. So yeah, I think it's episode 9 then.
It's
Good.
Okay. Well,
we've officially done longer than the last podcast.
well, that's good. Yeah, we're consistent.
Yeah, we're being more. Well, we're not consistent. We're being more consistent.
Well, yeah. Look, someone else starts editing, it'll probably be more consistent because I'm extremely
That's true.
inconsistent when it comes to stuff like that, especially when I got other stuff I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm nothing about consistency.
But yeah,
Consistently drinking.
it's still consistency.
It's consistency.
So episode 9 is what this is. Auditory
Probably,
hallucinations. Sort of, kind of.
Whatever.
We'll figure it out.
So yeah.
9 or 10, 11 or 12, 13, 14. Who knows?
Welcome to the next episode of Auditory Hallucinations. Number not important.
Yeah.
It is hallucinations, so you can count their hallucinations. I know I can.
I've had so many at this point.
Exactly. I'm having one right now.
Yeah. Maybe this is just a collective hallucination.
It's possible. There's huge spiders crawling on my wall.
There's spiders crawling out of my eyes right now.
Really, I don't see them.
Well.
Well. Oh well.
There goes that theory.
Yeah.
But today we're gonna talk music because I needed a break from the extremely occult stuff.
Yeah, we needed a break from schizophrenia, and there will be a little schizophrenia in this episode. I'll probably start talking about I don't know, death cults and stuff like that, or hidden symbolism in songs. But
it wouldn't
just music.
It wouldn't be an episode if we didn't. We're just gonna hold off on that.
No.
Or do it right now, get it out of the way.
Well, I mean, let's let it come up naturally. Let's just let it naturally occur.
All right. What do you guys listen to?
Mostly podcasts, but
Yeah, that's not what I meant. But
I listen to.
Sounded like I ever asked Brad.
I listened to that poem. What's it called? I think it's called Boots. I listen to that on repeat, 20 hours a day.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's great. I just listen to that repeating. The Rudyard Kipling poem on repeat, 20 hours a day.
Yeah, I just
They tell me that the Navy SEALs use that to simulate torture. I'm like, it's great, man.
It's like when the CIA used the Barney tunes to interrogate Iraqi prisoners of war back in 2005 or whatever.
Didn't know that happened, but okay.
I don't know if it was official or not, but I've seen a bunch of movies and media where they're like, oh yeah, we lock people in rooms and play fucking Barney's intro over and over and over again until it breaks them. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, sick, man. I should do that in my spare time. Yeah, I'm logging into my Spotify to see what I actually do listen to.
I can tell you what I'm listening to right now, really quick, if I pull it up.
You listen to Logic, Lena's Insight.
Yeah, I was listening to it while I was working out earlier.
Yeah.
Vinyl Days is a sick album.
Okay.
But let me see. You go look at the Spotify Wrapped.
Yep.
Nobody cares about that usually, though.
I'm actually my Spotify Wrapped is very disturbing. So
Right.
Yeah, I don't listen. I don't use Spotify. I use YouTube.
Man,
you're
I've
stupid.
there's so many people who just use YouTube, and I don't understand.
I've had Spotify Premium since I was in high school. So
Yeah,
I had it, and then I got my algorithm got so saturated, it just kept playing me the same 9 things, and I got pissed at it, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore.
yeah, I listen to podcasts on repeat a lot. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to podcasts on repeat a lot. Like I've listened to literally all of them, and
that's fair.
I'll just listen to them over and over again. And
All right, let's see.
so it I had one podcast. I'm trying to see how many listeners it has, and where does it tell me listeners? I'll look it up online. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I have a playlist full of country, a playlist full of hip hop, like punk and post punk stuff. I get around.
Oh yeah.
I forget how many unique genres it said I listened to this year, but it was a pretty goddamn high number. Oh yeah, Brett's AFK.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's a podcast I listen to. It's very popular. It regularly attracts over 1 million viewers and listeners on a weekly basis. I don't know how many of those are on Spotify, but I was in the top 0.05% of listeners this year.
That's actually insane. What the fuck?
I was at one point for 2 years in a row in the top 0.1% of Greta Van Fleet listeners. Because I just listen to the same thing on repeat over and over again without actually listening to it, and I'll just yeah.
That's
You
fair.
probably know what podcast I'm talking about. I've talked about it many times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've fallen asleep with stuff on, and I've gotten put in like the top whatever percent of listeners.
Last year I was really my Spotify Wrapped showed me being really big into listening to lo-fi, even though I really don't listen to lo-fi.
Yeah,
But it's because I was living in a trailer in the woods and it was so quiet I couldn't sleep. So I would just put lo-fi beats on and they would play all night. And so I listened to just hundreds of hours of lo-fi beats, and without really listening to any of them.
I
was like, oh yeah, you really like lo-fi. I'm like, I really don't like lo-fi.
I actually love lo-fi for that reason, because it's good.
I like it for that. But
good to like work like on stuff too, or just sleep before like.
I mean, yeah, I can like go to sleep to it. And I used to listen to it when I played Minecraft late at night when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I don't know, when I do work like writing or something like that, like I don't know, I listen to like Baroque music.
I'm not a huge fan of the classical stuff.
Dude, I'm kind of a fan. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not like I don't think I can name a single song, but like they kind of go hard.
Fair enough. There's what is it called? It's called classical funk. I found a playlist of.
Oh yikes!
It's like that like gym funk stuff, but like with like classical music, just like mixed into it and shit. It sounds insane. I'm not gonna lie. Like it actually goes hard as fuck, but can't say I would want to study to it.
No, I mean,
you don't study to blastcore death beats.
No.
Why not?
We could always bring up the music iceberg. I'm gonna post that.
Oh god, the music. You should post that. I don't think I've seen this in quite a while.
Okay, so this will probably hang on. This will probably start a good conversation. What do you listen to while I'm bringing this up, Brad? What is your go-to?
Brad listens to opera. What are you talking about?
I believe
he's a
it.
big opera guy.
No, not really. But if you count like arena rock or like 80s hair band shit, then maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm very into metal and rock, hard rock, alternative stuff like that.
Okay, I dig it. There's the iceberg. You want to pull that up?
I'm looking at it, dude. Ska's normie.
Yeah,
Ska.
Dude,
Ska's sick. Have you ever
Ska
heard
is
ska?
sick. What's that band called? That's like the most
Mighty
famous ska
Mighty
band that I
Boss
love. Yeah,
Tones?
Mighty Mighty Boss. I love the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, dude.
That shit's
Ska's
so
great.
fire.
This was amazing.
Um,
K-pop sucks. I've actually been to a K-pop concert, a very small one. It was actually terrible.
wait,
I went just because it was free, and I was like, I need the experience, but it was disgusting.
Now we're all gonna die.
Yeah, well,
'cause
I don't care.
that's frightening.
K-pop people are fucking insane.
We'll get blacklisted because of that, man. You gotta be
Will
careful.
we actually?
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna have to cut that.
It's fine.
I-
It's
not a.
all you gotta say is it sucks. Don't pick any bands out. The fandoms are what's the dangerous part, right?
I don't think I can name a band.
Yeah, that's good. Don't.
Oh yeah, dude, BTS. Not yet. BTS. Get disgusting. No, I've never listened to BTS. I don't know if they're good or not.
Honestly, they're not bad. One of the guys went solo and has made stuff with like J. Cole.
Yeah, what is?
Didn't they all get drafted into South Korean military?
Oh yeah,
Well, I think all
they
South
mandatory
Koreans.
service. So.
Yeah, all South Koreans serve in the South Korean military.
So.
Dude, what is Kawaii metal?
Well, so.
What is Canterbury scene? I know UK hardcore. UK hardcore is not bad.
UK hardcore is good.
How is bluegrass, grunge, alternative / indie, classic, metal, folk? How are those outsider and not normie? Eurodance?
They're not in the Well, they might be now. Honestly, that's the thing.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those are like alternative, grunge, heavy. Well, grunge maybe not. Grunge in the '90s was, but like folk, alternative.
I don't know.
Metal.
If you're a music fan, you might be more into stuff like that. I think that's what outsider means, at least.
Maybe, I guess.
To me.
All right, death metal / black metal is in the awkward stage. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Melodic death metal goes hard.
Melodic death metal does go hard.
Dude, Baroque is in the awkward stage. I was just talking about how Baroque is great for writing. Viking metal goes hard. Yeah, that's also in the awkward stage. Medieval tavern music also goes hard. Hardcore, same thing. Celtic, same thing. Definitely listened to a lot of Celtic back in the day.
When you get down,
you remember my listen to it. What was that band called? Freaking the weird Nordic folk band. It was like I still have a playlist with it.
Helveti? Is that?
No. Helveti is the Celtic metal band that I really like. And still really like. I love Helveti. They're one of my top bands. I'm trying to find this.
Couldn't tell you.
All right, here we go. Wardruna,
that's okay.
Wardruna. Yeah, like the Nordic folk band.
Oh my god.
That had just chanting and
so
that was back in the dude, what is Lollipop? I don't want to know.
That it's
irredeemable.
So what I find it so I've actually listened to all of these genres, by the way. There's a video where you can listen to all of them.
I'm gonna have to watch a video because I'm
we could pull that up later. I just can't put it on because it'll probably get the video and the podcast claimed and shit. But
yeah.
I think I've listened to everything under that guy for sure, like consistently, pretty much.
Oh, yikes!
Except for grindcore, because I fucking hate. I there's a certain place where I stop with metal, and that's usually deathcore.
I see. I used to like deathcore. I used to be into Parkway Drive, Suicide Silence.
Rhythm's sick. A lot of these are there's a lot of electronic stuff past that guy.
Some of these things in Beyond Humanity, vomit noise or gore noise, I don't want to know what that is.
It's gross.
That's the guys doing the pig squealing noises
No, it's worse than that, honestly.
That is vile. Prehistoric such primitive sounds and fallen.
Yeah.
What is hauntology? Spugadelic.
Hauntology.
Harsh noise / Jap noise. Well, that sounds interesting.
That's yeah.
What is porno grind? What is it? LSD Dream Emulator OST.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hey, why is Chopped and Screwed and Irredeemable? Chopped and Screwed cuts typically aren't terrible.
No,
To be honest, they're actually kind of fine.
I don't actually know why that's under Irredeemable.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's like actually a relatively normal thing to listen to. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, remember this is some edgelord put this thing together, so.
But I've definitely seen this, but like this is something that's like passed around the internet. Like I've definitely seen this before.
Yeah, no, I mean if you look it up, it's the first one that pops up.
Yeah.
Ritual ambient. That's weird.
Yeah, I have a feeling that some of that like Wardruna stuff I listen to would be considered ritual ambient.
Maybe.
And
Death
that was a wild
Industrial.
time back in the day. That was around the time that we had our weird like Bigfoot sighting. Actually,
Yeah.
was when I was listening to that, and you and me would sit in my kitchen and listen to pagan folk music.
Hey, it's a vibe.
Pagan folk music.
Yeah, we just sat in my kitchen one time listening to pagan folk music. My mom's like, "What are you doing?"
Every now and then, YouTube likes to recommend me like this video. It's like 6 hours of oh shit, what was it? 6 hours of not Celtic chanting, Templar chanting.
Hmm.
And it's just like rainy in the background, and there's just like these dudes chanting in this low hum, and they're all wearing like Crusader era like gear and stuff.
Bro,
That's very odd. I one time spent 3 hours listening to Gregorian chants and doing nothing else.
that's a vibe.
I wouldn't say it was kind of a waste of 3 hours, but
I think my favorite out of these is probably like drone metal is really fucking cool. Any kind of drone stuff is.
I think I've heard drone metal.
It's very like ambient. Someone from the other Discord showed me some. I can't remember who.
Interesting.
Witch House is really interesting.
Witch House, that sounds like let's get the kerosene and a lighter. But I don't know, that could be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm more in the normie and the outsider stage here of liking this type of music. Like I like indie, I like folk, I like heavy metal,
Everybody else is normal and
country, and rock.
And then Connor's just like, oh, I listen to Gregorian chants on replay, and then I sit there in my room and I drum them. I bang on my drums.
They were not good. I guess I'm in an awkward stage as well here a little bit.
I think I'm just a degenerate.
Really?
Yeah.
This is like terrorcore and stuff.
I've heard a lot of these, and I listen to.
Not in here actually.
I listen to glitch, abstract hip hop, fucking, industrial techno is dope. I don't know, is hardstyle under this, or is that like up here?
I think hardstyle's further up.
Might be.
So, I don't know. No, I think hardstyle is farther down, isn't it?
That might be in the awkward thing. I don't know.
I'm looking right now.
There's like some crazy like mid-tempo bass stuff that I listen to. That's probably put somewhere up in the outside.
Oh, I'm into that guy area too. Doom metal's in that guy. I love doom metal.
Yeah.
Big
dark wave is sick. Like dark wave and like synth wave stuff goes so fucking hard.
Yeah. I'm not a big techno fan, but I do like me some like ambient techno or ambient dark style or hard step or drum. I really like drum and bass. Sometimes I'll just sit here when I'm sitting here doing work. I'll just have drum and bass in the background, and it's kosher shit.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's the iceberg. But
yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, one of my favorite songs is doom metal. I mean, not favorite songs, favorite bands doom metal. I just realized Witchcraft. You ever heard of them?
Noise. I like how at the very bottom there's Cosmonoise space sounds. It's just like, oh yeah, I open up the NASA live stream and I listen to the sounds of a pulsar for 6 hours straight. I'm totally mentally stable.
Yo, it's stable, dude. Listen to pulsar
dude,
sounds.
some of these sound insane. Like I feel like I'm gonna have a seizure just listening to them.
Look, man, in degenerate, or not degenerate, sorry, irredeemable, Lollycore still concerns me a lot.
It's
Lollycore.
it's
Like, I'm like,
not
that's someone who, like, do they need to be killed?
it's not as disconcerting as you'd think, but it is still strange. Um, the LSD Dream Emulator OST really isn't that weird, but I mean, I get it's a deep cut for sure. LSD Dream Emulator is a weird game. We might want to talk about that for an episode.
I've never heard of it, but yeah,
Or maybe we load it up on an emulator and
we just play it.
play it.
You don't have to take LSD to play it, do you?
No, it's just really it's a very weird game.
Is it like Woo Room?
Yeah.
Remember that game I played?
Yeah.
Woo Room. I played it in like half an hour.
Yeah.
I streamed it. Yeah, that was an interesting game.
It's kind of like that in a sense that it's supposed to be like a. If you look it up, the concept is like it's like a dream journal almost for the guy who made it.
Mm.
It's a very strange set of like environments and stuff.
That's interesting. Yeah.
There's some creepy stuff in it. There's some weird stuff. There's some interesting looking stuff. It's neat.
Okay.
Wonder what ethereal wave sounds like.
I don't know.
I feel like a lot of these are just noise. Toward the bottom.
I think a lot of them are. Yeah, I think a lot of them are just noises. Yeah. They're like people will listen to that noise for hours on end, and as Brad said, they're definitely mentally stable. They definitely don't have deep-seated psychological issues that cause them to listen to noise for hours on end. Like, one man's noise is another man's music.
I was gonna say a lot of people just be like, "Oh yeah, that shit's trash. That's just noise." And then people are like, "No, actually, that's like the spiritual shit, dude. That connects me to God, man. I sit here and listen to that shit, and I vibrate into the 17th dimension."
Bro, it's like
a lot of people will tell you like metal is just noise, whereas metal is actually very inspired by like classical music and stuff like that.
It is, yeah.
Then a lot of people will be like, "No, it's just noise. It's just loud noise." I'm like, "No, it's actually not. It's actually very it's actually a very technical type of music."
I think it's a good point to bring up about music in general. It depends on who, like, what you're listening to, right? Some of it could be noise. Like, I've been to a couple of house shows. There's a couple bands, bless their hearts, they just make noise and they just scream, and it's not. There's no like. It's not as organized as like, as you know.
Yeah, there's no like organizing principle to it. It's literally just noise.
But even then, I mean, the definition of music is just sound organized in time. So I guess anything is music if you enjoy it, like music. But
I suppose.
Fucking. I feel like people get really like pigeonholed into like one genre though.
Mm-hmm.
Where like when they start listening to music, and I feel like it like I see people, it like becomes their personality, which is really funny.
Yeah, I know. I knew a lot.
Oh, dude, just go back through the 2000s when Linkin Park was a big deal, and that's all you fucking think.
Yeah,
dude, we gotta.
Dude,
speaking of like that, like era of music, like Linkin Park and like Evanescence, and like that sort of like kind of like edgy like music like that. We have a guy who delivers beer to our store, right? And we call him Music Man.
Okay.
You wouldn't expect this because he is an older black guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he walks to the store. I guess he gets paid hourly and not by the delivery because he just takes like 3 hours to unload his truck.
I mean, hey.
and he walks through our store with a Bluetooth speaker on his belt, blasting like Evanescence. Like you'll just hear like "Wake me up" like three aisles over.
That's
like
fucking,
what is going? We're like, what is
fantastic.
Going on? Like if it's not Eagle season, like, and if it's Eagle season, he's listening to like a football thing. If it's not, he's just like, "Wake me up."
You just got it cranked
inside, and it's like, what is going on,
bro? What?
Like this older black guy is just listening
goes
to like
to show you, man. Never judge a book by the cover.
Music, dude.
That's
yeah, no, really. Like you look at him and thinking he's listening to like soul music or something. No, he's listening to like Evanescence and Linkin Park.
It's that
he was listening to like 3 Days Grace. So
oh hell yeah!
We're like, what is going on here, man?
Bro, I love that. I like looking at someone. Oh God, who was it? There's a musician that I listened to. or something, or someone I follow. Oh no, it was what's her name? The chick that played Barbie. I don't know why it's escaping me.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie, yeah. She's a big Slipknot fan when she was younger.
Really?
I guess. Yeah.
Yikes. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest though, like I've known a lot of people that were big Slipknot. I myself was a big Slipknot fan when I was younger, who are like, yeah, that was a bad era. That
I
was
mean,
rough.
hey, you know.
Like, dude, you're into Slipknot. Like everyone's into Slipknot when they're like 15,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be edgy. And
Yeah,
they're
or like
no,
Avenged
Slipknot.
Sevenfold or something like that.
Well, Avenged Sevenfold is actually like really good though.
Oh yeah.
I may be biased because I've seen them in concert.
Oh,
But
I still listen to their stuff.
yeah, no, they're like
I listen to
Hail to the
everything
King.
that I used to listen
Hail to
to
the King
in
is
high
an
school.
excellent song.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Slipknot anymore. I will listen to A7X though.
I was never actually a big fan of Slipknot. Not that they're
I
bad.
was a
I
big
just,
fan for a while.
I just never
but,
got into them.
some of their songs I still think like hold up. Like I think Sulfur holds up a little bit.
Yeah. Their
Psychosocial is overrated, but it's actually not terrible.
their themes are a little too dark for me.
It's kind of like that's why I stopped. I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to listen to this. This is bad. But what do you call it? No, I've been getting into I'm not lately. I kind of listen to music seasonally as well, which is kind of
Yeah.
but
I'm with
like
you on that.
like I've been in my in the fall especially. I was in my
In your
I
bag.
don't even know what type of music it is. No, it was in my bag. It was my Larry and his Flask stage, dude.
Ah. That's like,
I think I showed you some of them. We went out to the bar the one day.
was it folk rock type?
I get it's kind of like folk rock, indie rock, something like that.
Yeah.
But I was showing you the whole Larry and his Flask universe because it's they're not super popular, but they're actually really good in my opinion. How many listeners? They have 56,000 listeners on Spotify monthly,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty good.
But the Larry and his Flask universe is huge. Larry and his Flask no longer makes music, but there's a bunch of other bands that are similar, right?
Mhm.
If I can find them, I don't know how to use the Spotify computer app. Oh, here they are. Bands also like it's like Beyond the Lamplight is another band with it's essentially the same band like as Larry and his Flask. I think it's like most of the members of Larry and his Flask are in this band too.
Maybe they just hot projects. Maybe Larry and
Yeah,
Flash
like
was,
literally, they have 4,000 listeners. It says Beyond the Lamplight is members of Larry and his Flask and part of the Flail Records family. Like, they're on the same record. Yeah, folk/punk rock.
okay.
They're from Oregon. And then you have like what else? You have like Ian Cook and The Brightest Light. Say once again, more Larry and his Flask people. This is the Old Revival. I'm pretty sure is also a lot of members of Larry and his Flask.
That's interesting.
Yeah, more members of roots rock band Larry and his Flask.
I wonder why.
There's like 7 or 8 bands that are just like connected to Larry and his Flask.
Maybe their lineup changes for some of them, like just slightly.
It changes slightly for all of them.
Maybe they go and they tour together and like they just fill the fucking thing up with their bands.
Yeah, and then they just it's possible, and then they just like split or whatever. But Larry's Beyond the Lamplight is great. Like Shelter is a great song. Drink It All Down, another great song. Beyond the Lamplight, obviously good. Like I know there's no like these bands all have like I don't think there's many songs I don't like from like Larry and his Flask and Beyond the Lamplight. Just phenomenal bands, in my opinion.
I'm trying to think. I've been listening to a lot of folk lately, like Noah Khan and like maybe like a lot of country.
Wait, you say Noah Khan?
Yeah.
That's really weird that you said Noah Khan.
Why?
We should talk about synchronicities someday. Well, so I went on a date yesterday, and the girl I went on a date with, her favorite artist is Noah Khan.
That's funny. I mean,
we should talk about synchronicities someday. Like, I noticed them more like as I have been exposed to them.
Someone used to call it the acid universe, and I'm like, that's an interesting way to put it. But yeah, no, it happens a lot where people will bring up something like an artist or something, and then like 10 minutes later I'll hear it playing on the radio or something.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's nuts.
But yeah, Noah Khan's popular. That's just he's just like the top guy right now when it comes to like folk. His music is like very very honest, like piece of like body of work. His like most recent album, pretty cool.
Yep. I need to find that song that I linked earlier. That song is amazing. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, it's good.
A good song.
That's like indie, like
it's like indie folk, yeah.
Indie folk.
I was like, mesmerized. I was like, oh man.
And then there's my goth playlist
Well, I guess I follow you on Spotify. I can just see your goth playlist probably.
That one might be private. Here, let me go unprivate it.
You make it
private goth list.
Yeah, it's my private goth playlist. I'll go send it.
I'm seeing all your followers on Spotify. They're all people I used to know.
Yeah. I haven't actually checked who follows me still. There's 12 followers.
Dude, what is Jason's profile picture on Spotify?
I'm pretty sure that's a stalker picture.
It is. It's like a stalker cosplay.
Pretty cool.
I think I know literally everyone that follows you on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yikes. Or used to know, at least. Back in the day.
I'm
goth question mark?
Yeah. Well, that's because I don't know what's goth and what's not. I'm trying to figure that out. If somebody can help me with that, that'd be great.
Well, that's like my acoustic grit playlist is not an acoustic grit playlist.
Yeah.
It is a acoustic grit, outlaw country, similar, and then other country, or even just like roots rock that has similar themes to acoustic grit.
Yeah.
Like, do you know the band Goodnight Texas?
I've heard of them.
Dude, they're freaking good.
They're good.
You
ever listen to Turnpike Troubadours?
No. Oh, wait, Turnpike Troubadours or Troubadours?
Troubadours.
I've heard of them. I don't. Let me look them up. I might have heard. See, there's a song that pops out to me.
That's some good folk, grit, country, whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah. No, Long Hot Summer Day has been on my playlist since I was in high school, dude. Yeah, dude, Long Hot Summer Day is a banger.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
My goth playlist has like all kinds of gothic country and crap on it too. Because when I looked up gothic rock to throw on here, that popped up, and I'm like, well, fuck it. I guess it's technically goth. It's something like that.
Your goth playlist.
I'm trying to navigate this because it's like not really a genre, it's a culture, and they're very strange.
It's not a genre, it's a culture.
Yeah,
that is kind of true though. Like, yeah, it is kind of just like a culture.
They're strange people, but they're cool people. Some of them, some of them are
yeah.
very awkward.
Right, I saved your playlist in my library.
Like,
dude, I'm the first like in your playlist. Peak.
There you go.
I do like how you just add entire albums.
That's just what I do. Yeah, because a lot of them I do just listen to the whole album. Like that Kat Von D album is really good. And that's kind of how I got started.
I do that as well. I'll just listen to whole albums.
Yeah. Plus the more songs that are on something like this, it just when you hit shuffle, it makes it a little bit nicer.
Yeah. I was like, dude, freaking I mean, you know what my top band is, right?
No, I don't.
You don't? Dude, it's freaking Greta.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Greta is my number one band. Has been my they've been my number one band on Spotify Wrapped every year since like I want to say 2018 or 2019.
Mine changes every year.
Mine does not. I listen to an ungodly amount of Greta Van Fleet.
Zach Bryan was my top this year. Like
really,
by far, yeah.
Interesting.
Like, all the top songs that I listen to are Zach Bryan songs. I that man's music is fucking awesome. He's really good at songwriting.
My Spotify Wrapped is interesting is the fact that I had a lot of my top songs weren't from my top bands. My top song was a Greta Van Fleet song.
Yeah.
But a lot of my other top songs weren't from my top bands. Just like one song, I was like, this is great.
Yeah. The data for that is weird. I don't know when I know they stopped taking down your data after a certain point.
It's got to be sometime in October.
Yeah. Because
Larry and His Flask was not even charted.
Yeah.
And I spent the entire month of October listening to Larry and His Flask and Beyond Plan Play. Like the entire month. Like late September through October. For like a month and a half.
It's
all the time. I was big into a. How did I forget? I was big into a. What do I call the playlist? Um. Oh, I call it Dirty Rock that goes hard, like Dirty Rock or like blues rock, I guess, like Cleopatra, Royal Blood.
that stuff's fucking
Um.
cool. I like
Yeah.
blues rock is one of those genres I could
Oh,
always go back to.
I love some of Dead Poet Society, Twin Atlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love blues rock. It's
I like that
great.
Brad's just sitting here quietly letting us.
Yeah, highly suspect, dude. So Lydia goes
What?
hard.
Allowing you guys to talk about a subject that you guys are passionate about? Oh my god.
I don't know. I just
Uh,
thought you'd be more interested in it.
I
But
don't think. Do you listen to a
I,
lot of music, Brad?
you know, like
yeah,
a
Okay, I was sure.
I listen a lot. I mean, my tops are I used to do Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Iron Maiden, Linkin Park, AC/DC, Slipknot.
okay, so you're like a big rock fan then, like
Here's
pretty all
a
Yeah,
across the board.
question: were you ever a big Slayer guy?
Ooh,
Slayer never hit with me.
That's so. Here's the thing: they're one of the big five.
I
they
know
are.
I
they
Yeah.
are.
don't think I've met many people that like metal that like Slayer. I've
Slayer
met a lot of
has
people that can appreciate Slayer and
I
say
like.
like, yeah, there's some good songs, but not a
from
lot of
what
people are like, oh yeah, I'm really big into Slayer.
from a lot of people that I know that like Slayer. Slayer is one of those things where you fell into it when you were in your rebellious phase when you were
Mm,
younger, and as you got older, you went to the other four because they Slayer was always the rebellious one. They were always the edgy one. They were always the burning the cross, slaughter the sheep kind of band. Metallica and Megadeth started like that, where they were kind of like anti-societal, anti-social, anti all the rest of this shit. But then as like the Black Album came out, as Ride the Lightning came out, they started getting more into about like deeper, I don't want to say philosophical, but deeper like emotional meaning songs and political
Yeah,
statements. Like, you got obviously you got Ride the Lightning, you got Trapped Under Ice, you got
right.
Unforsaken, For-
the Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, and then all you could throw a ball at a Megadeth album and hit some kind of political fucking talking point.
I love Megadeth. They're fantastic,
Yeah.
phenomenal band.
What's that one about? Oh shit, I
I
can't remember the
call
You're
name.
all
not thinking
these
of
like
Peace Sells, but who's buying?
Well, yeah, the whole album of Peace Sells, but Who's Buying is absolutely fantastic.
yeah.
There's
I mean, they
one.
have an album called freaking Dystopia.
Yeah, well, they're okay. So I'm gonna. This is probably mainstream, but their newer stuff is not that good. But a lot of bands' newer stuff is not that.
Yeah.
Metallica's latest album is all right. I
That
think their last good
What's
album was
what's their latest? Is their
24
latest?
24, 25 seasons, something like that.
yeah.
Okay, I don't think I've listened to the latest. The last one I listened to probably was Hardwired.
72 seasons.
Yeah. Hardwired was good, I thought, personally.
Hardwire was very good.
I thought Hardwired was very good. Yeah.
I really liked Hardwired. My whole shtick. I gotta open up the thing so I can see it. So, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, the Black Album, also known as Metallica. All I could listen to every song on that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Justice for All was okay. That was an edgy album because they basically didn't record any. They were basically beating in Jason Newsted at the time after their Metallica's bassist died in that bus crash. So the entire
Yeah.
And Justice for All album, they basically muted the bass on it just to fuck with him,
Mm.
Huh.
and it suffered for that. Like it was
Yeah.
it was an okay song. It was a decent album, but you got Load, you got Reload, which there's like 2 songs out of there. Then you got the greatest album they ever made, which was Saint Anger.
That's
Do you
insane.
actually like
That
saying
that's
Anger?
that's insane.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, dude, I love
No,
that
no.
album. That
No,
album was great, dude.
Whoa.
Death Magnetic and
here's-
Saint Anger are fantastic. In
Here's
my
the thing with
opinion.
Saint Anger. Everybody hated it because everybody thought they were trying to copy the new metal bands that were coming out, and they were. They were trying to get into that edgy, same metallic rhythm, nasally voice shit that
Yeah.
was going on in the early 2000s, and they had like 2 songs off of Saint Anger that I can't even remember the names of that I I enjoyed. I can't fault him for it because that's where everybody was going, and by this time, Metallica was basically, we are metal. We're gonna, whatever we do, we can sell, and that album fell flat on its fucking
Yeah.
face.
I
Death Magnetic was okay. Um, I think that was them still in their new metal phase where they were trying to get out of it. And then Hardwired to Self Destruct was a return to form where they were trying to get back into the Black Album era, but they just can't. I mean, you only hit that peak once. You never really go back to it. You can get close.
Oh yeah, I mean, Hardwired was very good. I
Mhm.
mean, especially like the deluxe was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like.
what's it called? I think it's Tarot Woman. That's a great song.
I don't
Yeah.
mind Saint Anger. I'm just surprised because
No, neither do I. Like,
so many
it's-
people
I like it, but
just shit on it throughout.
Well, because it's the album, right? Like you
Yeah.
go from the Black Album, which has every single song in the Black Album is a fucking slammer. Like there's no arguing that. Every
Oh, yeah.
single one,
Mhm.
every single song in the Black Album hits.
Yeah.
All right, every
Sounds
single
great.
song in the album hits, and then they go to load, and then they go to reload, and then they go to fucking Saint Anger.
Load
So
and
they go.
Reload have some alright songs.
Yeah, load and
They're not
reload are
great.
okay. Every fucking Dodge commercial from 1998 has used "Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire."
Fire. Give me fuel, give
Yeah.
me fire, give me that, which I was like, that's a great
Yeah,
song.
everybody
That's a good
uses
song.
that. To sell, everybody uses that to sell cars.
Yeah.
It's great.
But the golden era of heavy metal, the golden, or I guess the golden era of fast speed metal, because a lot
Power
of people
metal
argue
is?
this. No, power metal, speed metal, two different things. But a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
people argue that speed metal was Metallica invented speed metal,
Mhm.
right? Kill 'Em All was fast, heavy, spastic metal, and everybody
Correct.
loved it. That's why everybody loved Ride the Lightning. That's why everybody loved Master of the Puppets. The
When you say
reason,
speed, do you mean thrash or is it something different?
yeah,
It would be thrash, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
thrash.
it's thrash
That's
metal.
what, 'cause I've never heard it referred to as speed metal.
Yeah,
I-
neither have I.
some of the old people from like the 90s and 80s called it speed metal.
Yeah.
And I just kind of picked it up, but the the big five, I don't think any of them ever got bigger than Metallica was is the king of heavy metal, or is of metal. Now, a lot of
And
people probably just
will
threw their,
always be the king of metal. Like
yeah.
I don't think anyone will ever surpass them.
No,
Well,
probably
so
not.
here's the thing, though, right? Because you say that, and then you got Black Sabbath,
Mhm.
And they were before Metallica too. Like
right?
Black
So
Sabbath was going before Metallica.
right. So a lot
They're
of
the
people,
king of doom. I'll say they're
They
definitely.
are, yeah.
yeah, a lot of people will fight. I'm sure we just lost like 35% of our audience when I just said that, but a lot of people really, really get like incredibly defensive about Ozzy and Black Sabbath because they inspired Metallica was inspired from Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
All
Black
five of
Sabbath's
those.
a great time.
I mean,
But
so many bands
that
were.
being said, like they're all like inspired by something like doom. You could argue that doom metal really like especially a lot of doom metal takes their influence from a relatively unknown, at least to my knowledge, unknown band, Witchfinder General. If you ever heard of them, like
I have, yeah.
they started releasing stuff in let me see when they started releasing things. They started releasing after Black Sabbath, but I will say, but
I
let's
think
see
about
when they start.
metal is like you can
Yeah.
go back kind of far.
Yeah.
To,
Witchfinder General is
and like trace back the like the
um,
roots of it all. Which is kind of neat.
Well, metal
Yeah.
is metal and rock is a combination of like jazz
Yeah.
and folk music, jazz, a little bit of opera, some early R&B for some of it.
lot of like classic.
Yeah, a lot of classical music. It's a absolute combination. Like I think between the 60s and the 90s is basically dominated by heavy metal, power metal, doom metal, and arena metal or rock.
Yeah.
And then after that, it kind of splits out into the late 80s, early 90s is when hip hop and rap first came into the mainstream,
Yeah.
and then after that, the 2000s until now has basically been dominated by pop music and rap.
I would argue that 2000s to like probably 2013, 14 was dominated by pop, and then since 2013, 14, it's been hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
probably.
been what dominates. I mean, like
It's
most like pop songs now are just hip hop songs.
Depends on how you look at it.
Even country has a huge hip hop element.
It
now.
does, which I hate. No
Yeah,
offense to
like,
people who
even
like it. I just don't like the
yeah.
influence that it's had over country.
Neither
I'm
do I.
not-
But I mean, Nick, you and me, we sat on my dock drinking I think like a 12-pack of
Oh, a
PBR
PBR
plays, listening to hip hop
Yeah.
for like 2 hours. All the
Look,
time.
man, I'm a music lover, all right. Just because I hate
Dude.
something doesn't mean that I'm not gonna listen to it. I gotta
It was
educate
wild.
myself.
It was
you know?
wild. Hip hop is nuts.
It is. It's not
But,
something I could listen to for an extended period of time, though.
No, it's terrible. I also will say, considering that people probably assume my political views are from things I've said on this podcast, I actually hate conservative hip hop. It's terrible.
It sucks.
It's horrible. Like,
I didn't realize that was a thing.
there's MAGA hip hop is huge, dude.
It
From
is,
people
yeah.
on the right. Like it's terrible.
I listen.
Like,
I hate the
I'm
liberal.
not a huge hip hop fan. I don't really like it, but like, dude, Eminem, Logic, freaking, what's that other guy's name I'm thinking of? God, I used to Cuddy, dude. So much
Kid
better
Cudi.
than any of these conservative hip hop artists, dude.
So mid,
So
dude.
much better.
That's the thing, right?
Like Cuddy is good.
Well,
Like,
here's
I
my
like
problem
Cudi.
with politics and music and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I know music is inherently like political a lot of the time,
Yeah.
but sometimes I just don't want it together, right? And when you make that your identity as an artist, I just stay away from it.
At least just subtly stick it in there. Don't make your entire song like this is Trump country.
Like
Now, to
like,
be
bro,
fair,
calm down.
I'll step in
Stop.
here and say Rage Against the Machine for the longest time was my go-to for fucking music.
well,
I love Rage.
thing-
old Rage Against the Machine, which is basically current Rage Against the Machine, is some of the most politically charged, energetic shit I've ever listened to.
the value
I
that
was
you
never
can
a huge
get.
fan. There's some songs I love, but I'm never a huge fan of Rage Against the Machine.
You can get a different kind of value out of Rage Against the Machine because of the way that they wrote their music and stuff, right? Because the everything was very political, it was charged, right? But the production, right, and the writing and
Oh yeah, no, and if you listen to it, they're talking about like
it's
sweatshop labor and banks owning the world and how both sides of the political spectrum basically hate you, but will use you as pawns to get there. I mean, it was for the 90s, that was huge.
Haven't they like strayed away from that now, and they basically just kind of toe the party line?
Oh no, it used to be now they're Rage for the Machine.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Now they're basically just Rage.
But that's also because from the 90s past the 2000s, the political culture was basically conservative. So
yeah, that's true.
So Rage Against the Machine in that era makes sense because everything was like fuck the establishment,
right.
You know, fuck Bush and his oil wars, you know.
Now it's kind of flipped.
Well, now hating on the establishment is in, right?
Yeah, no, it is.
That's the in thing to do now is to hate on the establishment and just look at current politics right now with what's going on in the world.
But
yeah,
I find that an interesting concept because you're seeing country chart again and folk chart again, and I wonder if that has to do with like how like the content of music for years has been like that kind of like anti-establishment thing.
I think really what it is it's more like people who are like on the quote unquote right, like trying to like mobilize, like, dude, I love my country. And it's a lot of it is people from like New York City and like big metro areas, like, I love my rural folk, I love my country, I love this idealized version. And it's like really like, oh no, like the country artists you like were like raised as millionaires. Like they're not
a lot of
these
them are.
like a lot of them are. Some of them are actually like really like pull themselves up and like come from nothing.
Well, it's
a
like
lot of
that,
them are like come from wealth. Like that's
that Oliver,
what they do.
That Oliver dude or whatever his name is that made that
Oliver
hit.
Anthony,
Yeah, that made that hit about working all day and not having a dime for anything.
Bullshit pay.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. As much as a shill as he may be, That song goes hard.
It
That
is
song
a
is
good.
really good. That
Is
song
he a
is
shoe?
that's on my. I don't know. I've heard both sides. I've heard he is and I've heard he is not.
I don't know.
So
He's out
here's
there
the
on
thing.
stage with Burt Kreischer, so I
I
don't know,
mean,
man.
Yeah,
he's
but
famous.
then
That's
again,
no, that's
That's
But
like,
then
He's
again, you
famous.
have to a lot. That's why a lot of people don't. That's why a lot of people went against like Metallica and Megadeth is because oh, you guys are selling out to the establishment because you're holding these massive concerts and your music's about
Yeah.
tearing down the establishment and being a rebel. And it's like yeah, those guys also have to. It's the same realization I came to with Rage Against the Machine. It's like for all the anti-establishment, anti this, anti that they preach, they're selling fucking records that you're paying for. So they're using the machine that they're raging against to sell you shit, and if they use that money for any kind of good, you'll probably never know because it's buried in controversy from
yeah.
all the other shit going on.
It's not a
That's
good
just
hill to
like these
die on
people,
as
like,
a music
this
group
is a
or a musician.
weird like analogy, but it's also just like there's people like Hassan Piker who like preach socialism and communism, but also like make millions off like Twitch and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's
They, like,
Anybody,
these
look,
people, like preach
anybody
like the
that
opposite of the system that they're in. It's like, yeah, but you also make millions off the system that you're in and probably don't really want it to change.
no,
anybody
probably not.
that bitches about the system and uses this system and doesn't use that same money against the system they're bitching about is doing it for the money.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
it's like learning that Santa Claus isn't real. It's like learning how
He's
your
not?
job. I know I just broke
Oh my
like
God.
500,000 hearts.
What?
It's like learning
Take
Santa
that
Claus
back,
isn't
he's
real
absolutely
and
real.
that
But the fat man that comes down my chimney, who is he?
it's like
He
your
used to come to my
job.
room when I was young.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's the hard realization a lot of people have to come to where like you can't live in this idealistic world where
Yeah.
there is a red, there is a blue, there is a left, there is a right, there is an up, there is a down. That doesn't exist. It's all shades of gray.
I'm sorry, but we're all getting screwed regardless. Doesn't matter what color you identify with.
And here's the
Tom
thing,
Howard.
right?
Bullshit. Hey. You know?
Living in the new world.
Here's the thing, right? Like
Uh.
if Rage Against the Machine couldn't mobilize the masses against the establishment, like there's no band that's gonna do it. Rage Against the Machine had huge
Yeah,
fucking
no.
political pull in the '90s. You had all the opportunity, and then 9/11 happened.
There it is.
I was actually going to bring that in at some point.
Of course.
Because I do have a question about music. And
Dude, can we talk about the My Chemical Romance to 9/11 pipeline?
Is that a thing?
It is. Let me go
Is
pull
it
this
really?
up. Yep.
Okay, I wanna pop in my 9/11 thing very briefly first. So
Okay.
you remember in elementary school, both of you, or you in middle school, Brad, right? How old were you when 9/11 happened? You were what, like 5? Brad is gone. Okay.
Brad's gone, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
No,
a little bit older
so
than us.
remember that song that he's like 8 years older than us. So if we were, he's probably 8 or he's probably probably elementary school. You remember that song used to play whenever they pulled us into like the computer lab to watch like the 9/11 video every single year?
Maybe.
Oh man, it was like, what was the song? It was God, how does the song go? It's like, who wanna know what the future holds, or something like that. Like, it's like it's the 9. It's a song that I don't know what it is. I don't know what it. I can. Some days I can sing like half the song. I don't know its name. I don't know anything about it, so that it plays in every 9/11. Like, who can say what the future holds? Who can say? And it plays in every 9/11 video they showed us when we were all the propaganda they showed us when we were. Oh, Brad just lost power. That's why he's gone.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
It's alright. We're almost to an hour, so we could probably wrap this
so
up.
Brad may be gone for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
But because apparently he is.
I think I do remember. I think it's Ah, shit.
It's like. I'm looking the song up. I'm looking the song up.
Only Time by Enya, is that it?
No. This
know.
Enya's recent, isn't he?
No, hang on. Released 2000. Only Time.
Maybe that is it.
Go listen to it. But yeah, sorry, it's not the My Chemical Romance to 9/11. It's 9/11 to 50 Shades of Grey pipeline.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So for yeah, something like that. But My Chemical Romance was started after Gerard Way saw the towers fall.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and then their music inspired Stephanie Meyer to write Twilight. And 50 Shades of Grey was inspired by Twilight. So 9/11 inadvertently was responsible for 50 Shades of Grey.
That's horrific.
Yeah. That's a fun one.
Dude, 9/11 is responsible for this podcast. We talked about that every episode.
It is. For some reason.
I'm still trying to find this song.
It's funny because we mention it, but we never say anything. We never say anything that out of pocket about it too. That's the thing. It just gets brought up.
No, we've never discussed it.
No.
Nobody knows what our views on it are. We've never discussed it.
I don't really have views on it.
I do. I think everything that the government says is true.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. I can't literally. This is the thing. I'm being memorable. I cannot find the song. This is like a Mandela effect thing. I can't find it. I know the lyrics. I'm typing them in. I cannot find the song. It played in every freaking 9/11 video at the school I went to when I was in elementary school, and I believe it played in freaking our middle school as well.
Is it
But like, I specifically recall the song just because, you know, we freaking we had to listen to it every year.
It's not this, is it?
Why does it say this video is unavailable? Oh, it won't let me play it on Discord because it's
copyrighted.
It is, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's this.
Okay, there you go.
No. All right, we found it. It's not Mandela effect. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't realize any was this old.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, it's literally this song played in every 9/11 video.
Well, it became a meme when like those weird like MLG parodies fucking started popping up. You remember that?
Yeah, I'm watching this song, dude. I'm just seeing in my mind the towers falling, just flashing. I'm having like flashbacks. I can see the towers falling. I can see the planes hitting them. I'm like,
That's really unfortunate for Enya.
You can see the video of that guy like freaking falling out of the window.
That's like
because for whatever reason in school, like you couldn't watch anything slightly violent.
Yeah.
But you at 5 years old, you could watch a dude jump out of a freaking like 70-story building
that is,
and hit the ground.
That is something interesting about it. I suppose we'll never forget.
Oh no. No. I think about it every day, all the time. No, but what do you call it? It's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't really gotten to anything esoteric yet. I mean, we could get a little esoteric. I mean, I guess the 9/11 thing's slightly esoteric, but
we could delve into that a little bit. I mean, we could go all the way back to what's his name, who allegedly sold his soul for his talent.
A lot of people allegedly done that.
Robert Johnson, though, he's the most.
Robert Johnson. Yeah, I didn't look into that at all. I should have. Yeah, the old Crossroads demon, dude. I've seen it many times in Supernatural.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very like idea. Like obviously, like, you know, Coulter Wall's got a famous song, "The Devil Wears a Suit and Tie."
Yeah.
That's about that essentially. The devil wears a suit and tie.
It's interesting that people compare like the music industry to that kind of thing, and I feel like this just kind of it's the entertainment industry in general is so like depraved.
Oh yeah.
In like a lot of its aspects, and it becomes this thing where like even if it's not literal, right? People will sign their contract and basically sell their soul because they've basically sold the rights to their appearance and their body of work. So
oh yeah, they actually have. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You may not sell your soul to the physical devil, but you've sold your soul to people who you know, are probably in Epstein's black book. So
yeah. They definitely might not have your interests in mind.
Probably not. No. Even like I use Spotify, but I've heard like Spotify really screws artists. It's like,
Oh, I can tell you firsthand.
yeah, you can tell you tell me firsthand. Like
I-
you make nothing on Spotify,
I'll
right?
show you that. Yeah, I'll show you the fucking breakdown of the numbers later if you want.
Yeah, sure. Show me
It's-
the breakdown.
It's like it's insane. It's like pennies on the dollar for like for how much, right? Like you'd think one stream would equal like $1, right? Like
Yep.
that would make sense. Not at all.
Or even like 50 cents.
It's
like
not
that. Like,
even
no.
like less than a full cent for like. And the worst part is that there's royalties that big artists like skim off the top as well that are unclaimed, right, from other platforms and stuff. So the system is built to prop up big artists and for smaller artists to suffer and struggle.
Yeah, I mean, so like Spotify's revenue for 12 months, ending September 30th, 2023, was $13.647 billion.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, you know.
And they don't just have music on their platform.
They're an honest company, Nick.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
We shouldn't talk too much shit.
We
do put our podcast on there.
We do put our podcast on Spotify. Yeah.
But I will say,
yet,
and maybe they'll listen. Who knows? But I there's a lot of people who are unionizing for better pay because it's like, you know, like people look at that and they're like, oh, you're just artists. You just, you know, you play your instruments. You make your funny noises. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of money that people put into their music career that people don't realize. And like, I haven't put a ton of my own money into it. You know, I've gotten a lot of things as like gifts and stuff, right? So I got pretty lucky. Right?
I mean, I can see 4 guitars in your wall behind you.
I mean, some of the, like, one of those I did pay for, right?
I think I was there when you paid for it, right?
That one's somewhere
one...
else. I think that one's in the attic right now.
Okay. Yeah.
That one was $40 though. That was kind of a steal.
That was. I mean, my guitar was the real steal.
It was, yeah.
Dude, what did I pay for that? Like $60 or something?
Yeah, that was insane. That was like
$40, $60
for like $100.
It was like a brand new. It was a brand new like $150 guitar. And so it was like, the person probably stole it and sold it to me.
Probably.
But you know,
it
was a big steal. Yeah.
But
I mean, these are just weepers.
Right, like you pay all that money for like studio time and like promotion and stuff like that, and these people are probably like somewhat bigger. Right? They probably have even more listeners than me, and they're still not like breaking even on the money that they spend on even like maybe just their DistroKid.
Oh yeah.
Subscription to actually like put this stuff up on. And Spotify's not the only one to do this either, because Apple Music is extremely guilty of this shit too.
They're all the streaming services are, aren't they?
Yeah. There's only a couple that I think Amazon pays the most, like per stream. Tidal does, but that's nobody uses Tidal. Sorry, I think Jay-Z started that. Sorry, Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I was talking about like Larry and Splask earlier. I'm like, they're really talented musicians in my opinion, but like,
yeah,
like let's be honest, the guys in that band probably make as much per year from their music as I do working at like a liquor store. Unfortunately,
it's like if you don't pop off on TikTok like Noah Khan did, and he's extremely thankful for all the people that like, you know, like pushed him to the forefront and all that, but you know, like if you don't get something like that, you're not gonna make enough money off of the art, so you got to do something else. Yeah,
these days if you don't go viral, you're done. That's why we're holding on till we go viral or die.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
Yeah. Let's just start the Clips channel. We're gonna go viral.
Honestly, we probably the Saint Anger bit. It'd be a pretty good clip. I'm not gonna lie.
People are gonna be like, oh, these guys talk about music, and they're gonna find an episode about like Bigfoot, like Bosnian pyramids.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be the pipeline for people.
We'll be the music to pyramid pipeline.
Yeah, for people to go schizo and start talking about that. So I don't know.
That's my dream, is to make a ton of people go schizo.
Well,
I drop stuff at work like that. I'm like, yeah, man, you ever heard of Comet Pizza?
Okay.
You sit in the back room like, hey, you guys ever heard of Comet Pizza?